Everybody, it is the Kairi and the Talion here for another vlog. Are you ready, baby?
Yeah.
You excited?
Yeah.
We're always so excited to get ready with these things. Today is a very special one because I know so many people asked for it on the Tik Tok app. Our fans that we've gotten from there really love to hear the story about how we actually met. And we've been very vague about it at first, said some summaries of how we did it. But in this video, we're actually going to go pretty detailed in how we first met. Are you ready, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We began on TikTok. I began on there about July sometime at the end of July. How about you, baby? When did you join?
I mean, I joined Musical.ly a long time ago.
That's right.
You know, when it was called Musical.ly. And I absolutely hated it. I thought it was super cringy and I was like, this is dumb. I made like one video just like making fun of like the way that they do it a long time ago. Then I deleted the app and then I saw some ads for it and I thought some of those were pretty cool, and so like I re-downloaded it and I was just like watching it, and some people were like, well, because Vine was no more, they were trying to basically make Musical.ly. I joined like right before they changed it into TikTok.
And I also joined when it was Musical.ly as well. It was just then transforming to TikTok, I think. But I had already, I was the same way as Kairi. So I got on to make fun of these people, not make fun of these people, but just to look at all the cringe on these guys. I ended up looking at some of these cosplays and actually falling in love with how many people did them and how good they would actually act in those personas, in those movie and game characters, and how much they would go out for a 15-second video, that they would just like put all these clothes on, all this makeup, layers of makeup on. That's amazing to me. That takes a lot of effort and work and inspiration to put on that much. It pains me to put on a uniform when I do it. Also, I realized that Ricky might be making some noise back there, so if you guys hear any noises, don't worry, it's not ghosts, it's just Ricky in the back room. Keep it down! We love you, Ricky. I joined to make fun of those cosplays and stuff like that. I ended up getting on there, enjoying what people were doing. Some of them actually did good lip syncs and cosplays, so I wanted to try it out for myself. And one day, I ended up getting so bored that I was like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this out for once. I didn't know all the systems and the functions of the app at first, so I had no idea what was going on. It was a mess. I had 5 people like that video and I felt so proud. I was like, yay! 5 people liked the video, maybe this is kind of cool. And then I made the second video, 10 people liked it, after that 15 people, and I had more fans, more followers, and at the time I would just follow people back who would follow me.
My very first video got over 400 likes. I was very surprised. I didn't have any followers or anything, and it was just like, it was like to that song where it says, I just love your puppy dog eyes, and you just like open it up and reveal your eye.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was really cool. I have like one eye that has like a weird like red stripe in it. I don't know which eye it is, but it has like a weird red stripe in it. So I thought that was pretty cool. One
of the first ones that I got that got over 1,000 likes was when I duetted a popular TikToker, and she had like 30,000 followers at the time. And when I did that, I had that 1,000 people like it, and I was like, I kept on doing them every day. I'd do about 9 videos a day, which if you're on TikTok, you know, that's an excessive amount of sound for one day. And I would use them and I'd get better at it, and I found better lighting in my kitchen, of all things. I found out that when you have white light, a source like in our window right here, how it gives this white light that makes us look like frickin', well, she looks amazing either way.
I look like a ghost. My
No.
skin is so pasty white.
Look at her. Look at her little overalls. She's so cute.
I like the way the sun is like reflecting off of my skin, and then there's you that you're like all dark and tan.
I've been tanning, so I got a little dark. But I think what mainly got me so many followers was when I started doing the supernatural videos. When I started acting as Dean and putting on my leather jacket, spiking up my hair like him, and then doing his sound. And then I'd use the SPN family tag. So it got to where I had 10,000 freaking followers on TikTok. So I decided that I'd need to tell my friends. So I sat them, well, I didn't set them down specifically, but we were having guys' night We were all sitting around the patio, and I look at them while it's a silent moment. I said, well, I guess it's time for me to tell you guys. I have 10,000 fans on TikTok. Dylan was like, congratulations, you're the king of cringe now. Yeah, long story short, I continued making videos, continued gaining followers. I think it was when I had 20,000 is when I met you.
Somewhere like that. I mean, kind of, sort of. Because it was about when you had maybe 20,000 is when I started, like, really, like, watching your videos and following you and stuff like that. So I don't think you, like, officially met me until, like, you didn't really know, like, it was me or anything like that. Like, I was just, like, another one of your fans, basically.
Yeah.
Until I think you had about 50 or 60,000.
50 or 60,000?
Yeah.
Okay. And you saw me, to be more detailed, I don't know if you want to go into this, but when you saw me, you were still married, right? Mm-hmm. You were still married. Y'all weren't separated at the time when you first saw me.
Right.
But then in September is when you split up, y'all separated?
Yeah, that was like when we started talking about it, and then we just kind of like started fading off from each other.
And then that's when she started flirting with me on TikTok. She saw me when I was at 50,000 followers, I guess is what we're gonna say.
Well, I saw you when you had 20,000.
Oh yeah, she saw me. She was following me when I had 20,000. I think she really made herself known when she did separate with her husband at the time. And to let y'all know, it's not like a bad thing. It wasn't like it's a bad thing that she left him. Just so y'all know, it's not like she cheated on him with me.
Yeah. No. I have to like clarify that all the time. It's like, yeah, I was like technically still married, because I mean, it's just, you break up. It's just a piece of paper to divorce or whatever. To, like, officially like be away from each back to you, but.
And believe me when I say he wasn't all that great of a man. So. Nor was he loyal. Yeah, just so you guys know that when we say this, because I understand from my perspective, it's like, oh, this is okay. But I understand when I tell this to a lot of other people, they're going to be like, that's kind of sad. She really made herself known to me when she split up with her husband. And I think that's when you ended up duetting me a lot more. And the first duet I saw with her was the one where she punched me in the face, where I did this, I'm a new song, I can change. Isn't that it?
Yeah,
and it was that trend that was going on at the time where the person would grab, well, on this side of the video, I guess, they would grab the person over here, and I was sitting there acting like I was getting pulled, and a lot of people would kiss. They would pull them in and they'd act like they kissed through the duet. Me, I want to do this funny because I was like, I'm not a trendy guy. I don't want to do this and have it seem like cringe, because I thought that trend was very cringe. Yeah. So I was like, so I got pulled and I'm all dressed up nice, and I was like, and then when I got pulled in, I acted like I got punched in the face, and I was like, oh! And that was the first video I saw with you doing with your beanie on, and you just went.
Yeah, I duetted it because I was like, I saw that it was like another one of those trendy videos, and I was like, oh god, I was like, not another one. So I did it, and then I acted like I punched you in the face, and I was like, that's what you get for following the trend.
I thought she actually hated me. I thought the expression she had, I thought she didn't like me. Then she goes on and you duet my TED videos, and I saw those. Okay, what about Starbucks?
You people are monsters.
She duetted my videos. I've seen them, and I liked every single one of them. I thought she was freaking gorgeous the first time I saw her, and I looked at her videos and I was like, wow, she is just hot, man. I can't believe this girl actually likes me. Like, I thought she was so, I can't believe she didn't have more followers at the time, because she had such great freaking potential on there. I mean, you had like your profile picture that looked like you were famous. I thought you were a million viewer person that actually liked me. I remember when I first saw you, and I was
just
like,
a nobody.
Wow, she likes me. And then I looked at your profile and I was like, wow, she has like 400 something fans? Why is she only 400?
Going back then to like when we met and everything, because you didn't like really officially start talking to me until we started that whole panda war thing.
Yeah.
So this is like how the whole panda thing comes in, and the whole panda royalty, and you know,
it's
why
how it started. I mean,
yeah.
That's how it started.
Yeah. So like when I started watching his videos, and I was just like, another one of those crazy fangirls that had this crush on him and, you know, thought he was really hot and way out of my league. And so I started joining his live streams, and then there was at one point where I started this panda war, where the whole panda thing, if you're not familiar with TikTok or anything like that, when you join people's live streams on there, you can send gifts. You spend money on these coins, and then these coins are different gifts. There's pandas, there's like a rainbow puke thing, there's the hot dog guy, and
A hot dog lathering itself in good old-fashioned mustard. Good old-fashioned mustard. Oh, yeah. No?
the pandas are like the lowest amount, but I would actually like spend a lot of money on these pandas, and I would just spam the hell out of them because I really wanted him to notice me. And so I started this panda war where like me and other people would see who can send the most pandas. Over time, I've spent well over like probably 2,000 pandas.
And she got on one of my videos, ended up sending me so many pandas, and I was like, oh my god, over 100 pandas? Or, yeah.
It was like, it started off like low because I was like, I don't know like how much I can get away with spending how much money, but I mean, I was making $1,000 a week, so it's like I have some money to
Oh
spend.
god.
But
Whoa.
so then it started off like that, and then I started sending 600 pandas, and then 1,000 pandas, and then it got to a point where I was like, I started running low on money because I had bills and stuff that I had to pay, and I had to put money into savings and stuff like that.
You spent so much money on me, you had to put it in, you had to keep it. Oh my god, why?
Because I really wanted you to notice me.
I noticed you. You could have just messaged me and that would have been fine. She was also playing that like standoffish girl act too. She kind of didn't want to seem too clingy, so I could tell she was just like acting like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Fine.
seem like another one of those crazy fangirls, because he has those girls that are like crazy about him. I mean, I'm crazy about you, but they're like crazy. I remember there were a couple of times where I'm just like, how are you single?
Because I'm a dork. Yeah, so she sent me all those pandas. Macy was talking to her in the chat, and I could see that they were talking, but I was doing something else. She sent me all those pandas, and then Macy told me, after she sent me all these pandas, and told me that she actually was talking to her about making a Kickstarter because she had these heart problems. And so she was coughing up blood at this time. Since like March of last year, you had the heart problems and you were coughing up blood. She sent me all this money when she needed to be saving it for her medical bills and her testing to get done.
I really wanted you to notice me.
Oh. And so I was like, there is no damn way you sent me that many pandas for me just being on here and being a freaking nerd. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start a panda war. And I was waiting for you to go on your live stream, that way I can send pandas. But then I knew she wouldn't get the full amount of money because TikTok does take half of what you send. So yeah, 20 pandas is a whole $1, and they'll take half of that, you know, each time. So you get like 50 cents back. So 20 cent pandas equals 50 cents. But that's why I was like, I don't really want to send them to her like that. So in the next live stream, I announced a little surprise. And at the time, I was talking to her over Instagram. We were talking independently. And she was acting like she was one of my friends. She acted like she didn't like me. Like, she was just like, oh, no, I'm fine, it's cool. So I was like, oh, yeah, I probably was too much of a nerd. We decided to add her, I decided to add her into my TikTok group chat group on Instagram. Talked to them about it. They were okay with it. I said, all right, let's do it. I invited her, and she said, yeah, that sounds great. And I thought that she wouldn't, because I know how people are straight away from group chats. Even I'm like, I really don't like group chats, because
They're just constantly going off. And, yeah.
like the one we have on Facebook now, I'm used to it because it always dings, and I'm like, oh, there it is again. I used to be in one though, man, where they would not stop talking. I'm talking constant, bing, 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 bing. I'm like,
There are like some days where our Facebook group chat will get like that, and then it's just like one right after another, and then
Yeah.
it'll be dead for several days, and then it'll kick back up again.
yeah, kick back up and stuff like that. So I was really against it, but she joined, and we were great friends. We were all a great group of friends. She got along well with my other two friends who were on there.
The whole, speaking of like the TikTok tag thing, because we didn't really explain that, TikTok tag is basically where we would like play tag by duetting each other, and it would end midnight Saturday, and whoever was the last to be tagged, you know, it's like, tag, you're it. whoever's the last to be tagged, they would, when they do a live stream, they would have to do a dare on their live stream. So it would just be like a back and forth thing between the three of us, like duetting each other and tagging each other.
We duetted each other a few times, and this is after I found out about the panda thing, about her having the GoFundMe page. Added her into this group chat, and then I told her on the group chat that I had a surprise for her, so on the next live stream she joined, I explained to her that from now on, since I didn't have anywhere to put my GoFundMe donation, or my donations from TikTok, and I felt bad for taking them all, because I asked my fans, I was like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff y'all give me, because it helps out a lot, but I feel bad taking so much of it. And then someone was like, oh, you should give some to charity. So I was like, oh yeah, I should probably give some to charity, that'd be good.
And then there's me, the charity case, like
oh,
says.
You're not you weren't a charity case. I gave 10% of my donations to charity. And when I told her, I said, I'm going to give 10% of whatever donations I make to charity, to a certain charity each month. And then I told her that also, I'm surprised for Kairi, who's in the chat, I said, from now on, half of the donations I make will go directly to her GoFundMe. And ever since, I've been making that promise.
The whole panda war, when it was like going back and forth like that. And then he started that, and I was like, okay, well, this war isn't over. It's like, as soon as I, reach that amount, then the war is back on. Not knowing this is where I would be today with you and everything. But then he would like call himself the Panda Sheriff. And then I would say, well, I'm the Panda Queen, and then he would say he's the Panda King, and then it would like be back and forth. I'm like, well, I'm the Panda Goddess. But then it like got to a point, I was like, well, he's the Panda King, I'm the Panda Queen. I was like, every king needs a queen.
Every king needs a queen.
No, it just like flirt like that.
She flirted with me like that. That's how the whole Panda King thing started, is from that point. So honestly, it both started with both of us anyway, because I wanted a mascot. Since I was getting that popular on TikTok, we had 60,000 followers, 70,000 followers at the time, and so I thought I really need like something like Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie has, a symbol that people know me for. And we had the Panda King thing come up, and at first I was like, pandas are cool, I guess. I was like, nothing in my life depended on pandas. Now I see pandas everywhere, and I find them all over the place, and I love it.
I love pandas.
They're adorable things.
They're one of my favorite animals. We had people like rooting for him, like on his side, so he had his own little army, and then I had my own little army. He had, way more followers than I did. And so I didn't have a whole lot of followers, but then people started following me from that because we were going back and forth, and then people started shipping us together because they would see my videos and they thought I was really pretty, and then they would see you and then they would see our duets, and so they started shipping us together.
Calling us Kyler.
Yeah. So they started like shipping us together and stuff like that, and I was like low-key like trying to play it off like I didn't want to be like one of those crazy fangirls. Like I was like flirting at some points, and then other points it was like, well, we were just friends, and so then people started calling me the Panda Queen because they were in my army and stuff like that. And that's when I was talking in the group chat, and I was saying that I really wanted to tell this guy that I had a crush on him, but I didn't know like how to say it or anything. I was like, what if he doesn't like me back, because I thought for sure that he didn't like me back.
In the group chat, and she's saying this guy, she likes this guy, and then
he's in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm in the group chat, and I understand what she's saying. So I thought she had a crush on somebody else, me being stupid.
Well, because I was trying to play it off like it wasn't you, because I'm like, what if he doesn't like me, and this just makes things weird. So then, and he was like he was asking, and he was like, come on, just tell us who it is. So I ended up telling one of our other friends who it was, and she was like, just tell him, you never know. So I was like, fuck it. So I sent him a private message, and that's when I told him.
Imagine my face, because she sent it over Snapchat, and I see this, I open it and see this long message that's there, and I'm like,
I didn't think you would open it because you never check Snapchat. And I was like, oh god, I was like, please don't open this, please don't open this. And then it showed open. I was like, no.
Yeah,
and then I like messaged back. I was like, wait, no, why are you here? Why are you reading this? Don't read this.
She like sent it, and I like, as soon as she sent it, I clicked on it, and I see her commenting again. Oh god, no, why are you here? You're not supposed to see this now.
But in the message, it was like, I can't remember exactly how I said it, but it was like something along the lines of, okay, it was like, you know what, I'm just gonna come right out and say it, like, you are the guy that I have this huge crush on, let's not make things weird, let's just forget any of this happened and just go back to being friends, I don't want to like ruin this friendship or anything. And then that's when you messaged back and you're like, well, I like you too. I was like,
I like you too.
wait, what?
Like-
wait, say that again. And then you were like trying to say goodnight, like you were going to bed. I was like, no, wait, what did you just say?
After that, it kind of grew. Really, it was talking at the time. We were talking back and forth. We had a crush on each other, but she lived in Utah, I lived in Texas, and I just kept telling myself, I was like, man, it'd be awesome if she lived here or something.
I was like, I need a change in life. So that's when I sent him a message. I was like, so you're saying that if I came to Texas, I would have a chance?
If you came to Texas, that'd change the game. I mean, it would mean that she actually had the gall, because I mean, thank God you did. I mean, going to Arizona, first of all, I never even been out of town. I've never driven out of town by myself before.
This was after we met, though. This was after like we met.
Yeah, I'm not telling. Yeah, I was like, because I was like, no, I've never driven out of town before, so I don't know if I would have inspired myself to go that far of a distance. So she came down here to see me the very first time.
Yeah.
She told me at the beginning of November, you would come down and see me for about a weekend. She said it'd just be a weekend. But
I thought, like, because the original plan was it was going to be New Year's is when I was going to come out. Because before I told you that I liked you or anything, like, the plan was I was just going to come out for New Year's. It was going to be me, Macy, and Lily. Like, we were all going to come to Texas and hang out for New Year's. And then afterwards, I found out that you really liked me, and, you know, that's when we started flirting with each other and everything. And then I was like, oh, I still really want to come out for New Year's. But I was like, now this gives me, like, even better reason to come out for New Year's. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna come down. And
it was like the week before you came down. You said, "What if I came down sooner?" And I was like, I mean, that'd be awesome. Because I was like, freaking, what? 2 more months we had to wait until you saw me. So I was like, I can't freaking wait for this.
And I was like, I also, again, didn't want to come off like a crazy fangirl, like stalker-ish. And I was like, oh god, I was like, what if this scares him off?
No, that wasn't scaring me off. I mean, I liked her. I completely adored her, and she was gorgeous and cute.
What?
And she is gorgeous and cute. Look at her. I mean, just look at these. When she wears this freaking outfit, it makes me. She looks like so cute. She looks like a little. You have that little Sawyer uniform, you know, like you're gonna go work, and she's like pint size. So yeah, she came down and saw me the very first time in Texas, which y'all on TikTok can see the video on there. When she came, I was so excited because I told her on her text message, I said, when you get here, you'll know you'll get to Texas. Not because of the signs, but you'll know when you get closer because it's nothing but flat land. Compared to Utah and Arizona, there ain't no mountains, sweetie. And so I said, it's just flat. And so she, I forget where I was at the time when you texted me, or if I was at work or
you
something.
You were at work.
Was I at work? Mm-hmm. And I just get this text message that goes, you know what, you're right. Texas is really flat. And I was like, oh god, she's here! Like, she's here, oh god. And I said, you're in town? She goes, yeah, I think I am. I said, do you see a big Chase building in the middle, or a big tall skyscraper in the middle of town? She goes, yeah, just one? I was like, she said, yeah. I was like, that's it, that's Amarillo. We just have one tall building you can see from every direction in Amarillo, Texas. And yeah, she goes and gets in her hotel, she checks in, she rests a little bit, and she does that TikTok video where she jumps up in her panda outfit. She has this little panda onesie, and she's like freaking out. It was the next morning that I went and saw you, right? Because I was at work. I was at work till midnight that night. I wasn't gonna go see her at night. And I know she was going around town to look at the sites, right? You were gonna go and check things out. And I was really worried that she would come because her hotel was right down the street from where I worked. I was worried that the one gas station she'd stop at was where I worked, and that's the time we would meet. And I was like, oh, that would be real awkward. So
that's what I was like, because I almost did stop at Pack-a-Sack, and I was like, wait, because I really wanted a drink, and I was like, wait, which one does he work at? And I was just like looking for a truck. I was like, maybe I'm not gonna stop at Pack-a-Sack, I'll just go to Love's.
The next morning, I woke up very excited. What was it, 8, 9 a.m.?
Something like that.
In the morning. Cold day, very cold day. And I get up, I get dressed. I ask her if she's ready, and she goes, oh, I'm talking to her, and she goes, by the way, I'm ready if you are, when you are. And I said, all right, I'm coming to pick you up. And I put on my jacket, I put on my suit, or my flannel shirt, and try to dress a little nice. Do my hair and everything, you know, not like it is now, where it's just all over the fucking place. Go down the street. And when I get in my car, I'm like, okay, this would be really cool if I videotaped this. And what were you doing on your side, baby?
I set my phone up on a chair because I wanted to record it too, but apparently it wasn't the greatest because you can't really see a whole lot. It was too far away.
But we both had the same plan of videoing it. So she puts the video up. I don't know what she's doing in her room, but I go up there and I ask. Through the whole video, you can see me from me getting out of my truck to me going into the hotel and going up to the desk clerk asking where the room is. And she said, I put a towel outside my door. That way you know it's definitely my door. So I go up to it. It's so surreal, man. Like me going up to the door and I see the towel in there and I was like,
She's right
my
on the
heart
other side
is
of that
racing.
door.
And I was like, had my phone like right here, videotaping it, knock slightly on it.
I like peeked through the little peephole and I saw you. I was like, oh my god, it's him. Because I was like, what if it's like housekeeping and I'm like getting all excited and I look and I'm like, oh.
Oh, hi. What if I was that much of a jerk? Just stood you up, go, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't this weekend. Oh. Knock on the door, and all I see is
like barely creep it open, and
then
I was
I
like,
see her little blonde hair and her eye like come around and she goes, oh my god, and she shuts the door.
I didn't shut it, okay? It came out of my hands and it shuts by itself, and I like freaked out and I like threw the towel. I like grabbed the towel and I threw it and got out of the way and I was like, hi.
And she opens it, she goes, hi, and I was like, hi, and she's just sitting there like going like this.
And I was like freaking out, I was like, oh my god, and I was like, really? I was like almost in tears.
And so I look at her and say, do you want a hug? And she just goes, boom, and she runs
Like-
into me and I hug her and she hugs me back. And we're sitting there for a good like 5 minutes just hugging.
He's like going like acting like I'm gonna let go, and he like goes to let go for a second. I like squeeze harder and I'm like, no.
No. It was completely adorable. And I hung out with her in there for about, 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
And then we said, all right, let's go. I'm going to show you my house. And
But now it's April. We've been together for almost 5 months now, and
Till
we
April
have our
17th.
own apartment.
we have our own apartment together, have our own life together. Her kitty is here. She's all moved in. That's why, excuse the mess. We had it all cleaned up. And
It
now
was
we
all
brought
cleaned
it
up, yeah. We had to go back to Arizona to get the rest of my things, and now I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do with everything.
everything we have. Alright guys, we now tell our detailed story of how we fell in love and how it came to be and what we have in the future. And I can't wait to do many more adventures with this lovely gal right here, my dream girl.
My king.
My queen. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe if you liked it. And leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought. Alright guys, see you later.
It's gonna save you. Never down, love, not when we shine so bright.